Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Valor Vault. Today, I'm bringing you more than just a story. This is a moment of hope, pride, and transformation. It's a moment that speaks directly to the heart of what's possible when leadership meets community, when vision meets action, and when women are placed at the center of progress. You've seen leaders give speeches, but have you ever seen one actually build something this real? Captain Ibrahim Traoré has just inaugurated the newly upgraded Anatron Cashew processing factory in Bobo-Dioulasso. And it's not just another ribbon-cutting ceremony. This is a declaration, a powerful reminder that Africa doesn't need to export its potential, its labor, or its future. This time, Africa processes its own resources, builds its own industries, and empowers its own people, especially its women. The numbers alone are staggering. Over 5,000 jobs created, and more than 90% of those are held by women. Yes, women, mothers, daughters, sisters, the very heartbeat of every African household, now standing at the forefront of a national industrial project. And when President Traoré walked into that factory, he wasn't just met with applause. He was met with songs, tears, ululations, and a sea of joy. These women knew this wasn't just about cashews, it was about dignity. Even beyond the factory floor, the impact stretches far. Over 5,000 farmers now have a guaranteed local market for their organic cashew nuts. That's income. That's stability. That's growth. And importantly, this isn't foreign aid, charity, or handouts. This is sovereignty through industry. Burkina Faso is showing the rest of Africa what it looks like to stand on your own feet. President Traoré has made it clear this is part of his broader vision, to give real power back to the people, and especially to the women of this nation. And let's be honest, any revolution worth its salt starts with women rising. When you empower a woman, you uplift a generation. So before we take you into the vibrant celebration on the ground, take a moment to really feel what this means. Africa is rising, and this time, it's the women leading the charge. Stay tuned. This is history in motion. You just saw it with your own eyes. The energy, the pride, the power. Women clapped, women cheered. Because this factory isn't just a workplace, it's their future. Yes, they're processing cashew nuts here. But what's really being built is something much deeper: hope, stability, and ownership. Every nut processed means a family fed, a child sent to school, a village strengthened. This is what real development looks like. Built by the people, for the people. And the movement doesn't stop here. The government is already setting up another plant in Peni, which will process cashew apples into juice, wine, vinegar, and ethanol. That project alone will handle 5,000 tons per year and create 112 permanent jobs along with over 15,000 indirect opportunities for local communities. But let's be clear, this is not just about business. It's about breaking free from dependence. When we process our crops at home, we stop exporting our raw potential. We keep the value, we keep the jobs, and most importantly, we keep the power. This is the vision, a self-reliant, empowered Africa, led by the hands that have always held it together, its women. Burkina Faso is no longer just a supplier of raw goods. It's becoming a producer, a force shaping its own economic destiny. And if you want proof, just look at the women. Their reaction says it all. The celebration wasn't staged. It was real. It was joy, pure and powerful. These women don't just see the change. They feel it. They're not watching history happen from the sidelines. They're building it with their own hands. So let's ask the real questions, not just to leaders, but to all of us, citizens, investors, influencers. Are you truly investing in African hands? Are you supporting projects that change lives, or just posing for photo ops? Are you amplifying real African stories, or repeating the same tired narratives? Because history doesn't remember those who simply talked. It remembers those who acted, those who put people to work, who celebrated with their communities, and who showed up not for applause, but for impact. This is what history and legacy Africa is all about. If you believe in an Africa that builds, that leads, that thrives, then share this, comment, subscribe. Be part of this story. The time is now. If this inspired you, don't scroll past. Share this story with someone who still believes in Africa's future. Comment your thoughts and let the world hear your voice. Subscribe to stay connected with stories that matter.